Welcome back to your irregularly scheduled Totally Relevant Reviews. I'm your host Mike, and today we're looking at another demo. Lost Eidolons Veil of the Witch is an upcoming roguelike TRPG coming out later this year. Veil of the Witch is in early access, which means it's simply unfinished. Some people may call early access titles dog shit. Not me though, just some people. I've only bought one other early access title and was severely disappointed with it, so I just have some PTSD when getting my hopes up on an EA title. But reviews seem really positive for Veil of the Witch, so I'm willing to give it a chance. And we'll see, maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be ass. But join me viewers as we search for the Lost Eidolons. What? It has nothing to do with finding Eidolons? Why'd I even bother playing it then?
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Lost Eidolons Veil of the Witch is a sequel game to Lost Eidolons, a JRPG that came out in 2022 and developed by the same Ocean Drive Studios. So it was really cool to hear about the previous game through some of the character storylines. In Veil of the Witch, your character washes up on the shore of a mysterious island, instantly getting attacked by the undead. You find out quickly that Imperial soldiers have found a way to use alchemy to bring back the dead and become immortal as well. Your avatar is taken as a champion by one of the Eidolons, a race of godlike beings, in order to discover and stop these Imperial soldiers. So it's a pretty standard run-of-the-mill storyline that frames the actual gameplay. It's similar to Hades, where you learn more about the plot and lore after each expedition. But the demo lets you play the first act and get all the way to the boss of the second act. Each act is essentially your stage, round, or whatever you want to call it. As far as the roguelite elements go, during your expedition you can choose which area you want to go to. Do you want money, relics, sacred embers, resonance crystal, or runes? Money, relics, and resonance crystals can only be used during your expedition. Money to buy stuff, relics for unique effects throughout the run, and resonance crystals to upgrade your character's gear, while sacred embers and runes are used in the meta progression, but I'll get into that later. When I saw that this game was a roguelite, I wasn't really sure about the amount of replayability to this game. I mean, that's what roguelikes are all about, replaying them. But after the first expedition, I was introduced to a handful of the meta progress, and it seems like there's a lot more in the full game. Sacred Embers is used in a branching skill tree that offers various rewards from offensive and defensive stats to more starting gold or increased chance for chests. The combat plays a lot like other TRPGs. You choose a team of 5 to set out. You have a mix of melee and ranged units with some classic RPG archetypes like the rogue, wizard, warrior, priest. When your character levels up, you can choose between a choice of upgrades. Most of the time it's some flat stat increase, but occasionally you can choose new combat abilities or passive abilities. The combat abilities don't cost mana, but just go on cooldowns. Each character comes equipped with 2 weapons, allowing you to have the advantage in combat or giving your magic users something to do in the early stages. And I really like this. It gave me more choices when it came to combat. There's advantages you get when using a certain weapon against a certain armor type, and the elite enemies have weaknesses to certain weapon types. All in all, I thought it was a neat little touch. I thought this game was a really great mix of roguelike and TRPG. The character designs were really cool, very reminiscent of JRPGs. It seems like a pretty polished game despite being in early access. There's full voiceover of a lot of the story segments, and the devs plan on adding even more. But it's not without its faults. I mentioned earlier how there's a ton of meta progression, but even with that, I'm afraid it won't be too replayable. You can unlock 4 more characters with the full game, but I feel like you can unlock everything in like 2 weeks, maybe a month tops. Another small issue I had was the combat requirements. A ton of the combat sequences I entered were just kill all enemies. One combat was an escort mission, and I had the option to change the combat recs to flee the battle. I wish there may be some surviving X amount of turns, or like interacting with some beacons on opposite sides of the maps. I don't know, something to change up the monotony of just killing everybody. Like my units must be tired of massacring every soldier they see. I put myself in a tough position with this review. On one hand, I really liked it. It's a cool combination of genres, one that I've always loved and the other I'm getting more into. It has an interesting story that can be a slog to get through at times, but on the other hand, I can't in good conscience recommend an early access title that is by definition unfinished. So I'm gonna compromise a little. Maybe it's a cop-out, but check it out for yourself. The demo gives you a good grasp on the game. It's not too long a demo, so try it out and report back to this video. If you agree, let me know, and if you don't, also let me know. I'm always craving that sweet YouTube engagement. Thanks for watching. I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. I don't believe my parents when they say they're proud of me, so I would love your validation. Thanks.